In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create and manage your custom fields in Autopilot. So the first thing you want to do to create a new custom field is go down to customer data and click into people. So you need to select a person in order to create custom fields. So we'll go down here and select my alter ego Mike Funkster. So under Mike Funkster, we can see we have this about section with a series of fields in it. We've got a Shopify section, and this has all of the Shopify information that we have through the Shopify data source. And then we've got our tags and details below that. So to create a custom field, you need to pick a section where you want to create the custom field. So say we want to create the custom field under about here. We can go up and click edit and scroll to the bottom and click create new field. Now let's take the scenario that we're trying to add a field to see how many loyalty points this particular customer has. So I'm going to call this field total loyalty points. I'll just correct the spelling there. And then what I need to do is select a field type. So if I drop the field types down, I can see that the default is text, but I can select long text, number, decimal number, and various other field types. And these help you do lots of different things. They can help you format the entry of the data. So if you have some defined options and you want them to select just one option from those defined options, you could use something like a single select. If you want to collect a phone number in the right format, you can use phone number. And if you want to collect a date, you can select date, and that'll change the user interface to a calendar so you can get accurate date input. So these are just some of the fields that you can select from. But for our points, we need to select number because we're going to store the points as a whole number. So you can see now I have field name, total loyalty points, and field type number. So I'll click create. And so you'll see here now I have my total loyalty points field. And what I can do is pick that up and drag it around where I want it in this particular section. So if I want it right at the top, I can put it at the top. And then when we say done, you'll see that I have my total loyalty points at the top now. And when I click add value, I can add in 100 points here and I have a value in the field. So the field becomes editable immediately. So now let's have a look at the layouts of these fields. So if I click edit here again, I can move this field down below this hidden section down here. So you'll see the field's now gone, but when I hit show all, the total loyalty points is shown. So it's really cool. You can pick which fields show sort of above the fold and below the fold to keep this section really well organized and just have it so when people click into a person, they see the most important information up front. But with our total loyalty points, it might make sense to add them to a different section. And we could call that section something like loyalty programs so that we can easily see under the heading loyalty program, the fields that relate to the loyalty program. So we can go up here to actions and click manage layout. And that allows you to do several things. First of all, you can rearrange the layouts of these existing sections. So say you wanted Shopify at the top, you could move this Shopify section at the top. And if we hit done, you'll see Shopify is now at the top and about has been moved further down. So back into the manage layout, we'll just rearrange it how we had it. And then we're going to add a section for our loyalty program. So we'll click new section. We'll call it loyalty program. I keep mistyping that. Whoops. We'll hit save and you'll see loyalty program appear. So then what we want to do is we'll drag the loyalty program just below the about section and you'll see that it will now appear under about. So we have our loyalty program. So now what we want to do is move the total loyalty points field under the loyalty program. So to do that, we hit edit. And then we come down to where our total loyalty points field is, and we press this button, move to, and we can select the loyalty program section. And you'll see that it's moved into the loyalty program section. And by default, it's hidden. So we'll need to drag it up and unhide it so we can see it under the loyalty program section. So let's look at creating a different kind of custom field now. So we'll click edit and we'll say create new field. And we want to put this under our loyalty program section. So this field, what we want to do is be able to have a record of the total amount of discount that this particular user has received over time through our loyalty program. And we want to use what we call an aggregate field to calculate that. So we'll say total loyalty program discount. And then under field type, what we're going to do is go down and select this aggregate field type. So what aggregate allows us to do is select a particular activity to either count or average or sum. So we'll go ahead and select our placed order Shopify activity here. And then we need to select how we want to aggregate it. So we can count it. So this would show us the total amount of orders. We can sum it so we could see the revenue from the total amount of orders, or we could average it to see what the average order over time of this particular person is. But what we want to do is select sum of attribute because we want to sum up the total discounts applied to the orders that this person has made. So we'll choose sum of attribute. And then under attribute, we're going to select total discount. And then we have an aggregate time period. So this allows you to choose over what time period this data will be aggregated. So we could look at just the last 7 days of discount, the last 30, the last 90, but we want to say here all time. So that might have seemed a little bit complicated, but we've been able to do something really powerful. We've been able to aggregate the placed order field. We're summing up the attribute of that order, which is the total discount amount. And then we're aggregating it over the time period of all time. So this is going to give us a total discount in a currency value of the total discounts that this person's received as a result of our loyalty program over time. So we'll click create. And now we have our field. So we've got total loyalty points and total loyalty program discount. And so over time, as they place orders and get their discounts, we'll see the sum of that discount in here. So the final thing I'll show you under manage layout is over time, you may not use or want some of these different sections in here. Like you may not want to see their communication preferences, or you may not use tags. So you can just uncheck these to hide them and create a much more simple and focused layout. In fact, you mightn't even want that details section here. So you can just uncheck that as well and keep it really simple here. So we've got about, loyalty program, and then our critical Shopify fields, and then a whole bunch more hidden below. So that's how you create custom fields, manage them, and organize them. You can have up to 100 custom fields in your Autopilot account. That's it for this video. If you want to see more tutorials, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video tutorial, please like the video. Thanks.